Good morning everyone. Myself Sadafa Afshanda, 4th year BSc Nursing student, Alia University. So today my topic for the case study presentation is placenta previa. So let's see what are the contents of my topic. Firstly, patient history related to disease condition, introduction, pathophysiology, clinical manifestation and investigations. So patient history related to disease condition. My patient's name was Rojini Baby, 31 years old, primigravida, belongs to a Muslim family. She was married since 1.5 years. She belonged to a low middle income group. Her date of admission was 9th of December 2019. Her LMP was 17th of April 2019. Her EDD was 29th of January 2020. Her chief complaints was abdominal pain and vaginal bleeding. History of present illness. She was having a emergency LUCS due to a placenta previa and she is under medicine. Now, history of present pregnancy. Patient visited to Chetla Health Center with abdominal pain and vaginal bleeding. USG shows that the placenta covers the internal os partially, so covers the internal os when closed but does not entirely when fully dilated. Then they refer to medical college, that is CNMCH, in first trimester. In first trimester, no complaint has been seen. In second trimester, loss of appetite, fatigue and mild headache was noticed. During third trimester, vaginal bleeding and abdominal pain gradually started. Her obstetric history was she was a primigravida. Her baby got delivered by an emergency LUCS on 9th of December 2019 with 33 weeks of gestation. Her menstrual history was her menarche started at 13 years of age. Her cycle was 28 days. Duration was 3 to 4 days. Amount of flow was average. And she was having slight dysmenorrhea during first and second days of her periods. Her menstrual history is her LMP was 17th of April 2019. Her EDD was 29th of January 2020. Gestational weeks were 33 weeks. She was having no post medical and surgical history. In her family, no significant history of disease were found. She was having no significant personal history. During my physical examination, abdominal pain and bleeding, and she was having backache. Obstetrical examination was normal. During abdominal examination, pain scar was present with no pus or discharge. During pelvic examination, bleeding, that is lochia rubra, was present. She used to change the pad every 3 to 4 hours. Now let's go to my introductory part of the disease, that is placenta previa. According to DC Datta, when the placenta is implanted partially or completely over the lower uterine segment is called placenta previa. And the risk factors in my patients were increased maternal age, and she was having type 3, that is incomplete or partial central. The placenta covers the internal os partially. Now clinical features. Clinical features. Symptoms: vaginal bleeding, sudden onset of pain, fresh blood bleeding, bright red in color. In my patient, she was having vaginal bleeding, sudden onset of pain, and second one is sign: general condition and anemia and proportionate to be visible blood loss. And during abdominal examination, the size of the uterus is proportionate to the period of gestation. Uterus feels relaxed and soft, elastic. During the examination, head is floating in contrast to the gestational period. Fetal heart sound is heard. My patient was having vaginal bleeding. Now let's go to the pathophysiology. In pathophysiology, due to predisposing factors and precipitating factors like high internal maternal age, multigravida, it leads to increased progesterone. After a pregnancy is developed, increased progesterone and estrogen level starts. In pre-embryonic stage, production of fertilized ovum is implanted in the uterus. In embryonic stage, placenta arises from the trophoblast tissues. Due to this, insufficient blood in placenta migrates to where there is a sufficient blood supply residing in the lower segment, which leads to placenta previa. So this was my part. Now let's go to the investigations part. How we can investigate placenta previa? By doing ultrasonography, color Doppler flow study, magnetic resonance, and vaginal examination. In my patient's condition, it was confirmed by ultrasonography. So here comes to the end of my discussion, that is on placenta previa. Now the next part will be discussed by Ruxina Khatun. Thank you.